Picture a room, 100 men inside, 99 are screaming, waving their arms, flashing expensive watches, designer clothing, fighting each other to prove dominance, burning energy to convince the world they matter. But in the darkened corner stands one figure, silent, no words, no arguments, simple clothing, empty expression. He watches, observes, calculates. Now answer this. Who holds the real power in that room? Not the 99 performers. The dangerous one is the silent observer. While others advertise strength, he maps their weaknesses. While they scream for respect, he earns fear through stillness. Society sold you a lie. They said visibility equals value. Post your wins on Instagram. Broadcast promotions on LinkedIn. Buy the car and parade it for validation. You were taught that what shows sells. But answer this. Why do the truly wealthy move through shadows? Why does real power operate invisible? Because authentic dominance never announces itself. True strength exists unseen. 5 centuries ago, Niccolò Machiavelli wrote something lethal in The Prince. He said, if you want to hunt, you must hide in the brush. Even a lion that roars constantly will starve because prey flees before the strike lands. Today I give you 9 laws of the man in the corner, principles that teach you how to conquer your world by keeping your mouth shut. If you want applause, leave now. But if you want to rule, then the next 20 minutes will reconstruct the architecture of your existence. Welcome to the real game. The first weapon is the art of invisible accumulation. Guard your success like a military secret. Most people celebrate too early. Promotion arrives and they update status. Business generates revenue and they throw parties. They announce plans before the foundation is poured. Machiavelli warned, never reveal your intentions. Why? Because the moment you display fortune, you invite 2 forces, envy and opposition. Imagine earning $50,000 from an investment. If you stay silent, that money becomes a weapon. But the second you tell friends, that money transforms into vulnerability. Suddenly people who vanished for years remember your name. Relatives who never called arrive asking for loans. Weddings need fundings. Houses need building. And when you refuse, you become the villain in their story. Consider how predators operate. The lion hunts but never roars during approach. It moves through tall grass without sound. If it announced presence, prey would scatter. The lion would starve. You must become that lion, silent, invisible, strategic. Buy the new car but never make it a status symbol. Purchase the new property but never broadcast the housewarming. The wealthy work hard to appear ordinary. The poor destroy themselves trying to appear rich. Study the Rockefeller family. John D. Rockefeller built an empire controlling 90% of American oil. He could have lived in golden palaces. Instead, he maintained modest public appearance. That is authentic power. Real strength is felt but never seen. Remember this. The tree with the most fruit receives the most stones. Learn to hide your fruit behind the leaves. The second weapon is forcing your money to sweat. Money should never sleep. Dangerous mentality exists where people believe saving equals security. They earn and immediately lock it in bank accounts, hide it in safes. They think wealth is protected. From Machiavellian perspective, this is stupidity. Money sitting in a vault is a soldier sleeping in his tent instead of fighting on the battlefield. Sleeping soldiers win no wars. Inflation is an invisible enemy devouring your stored cash every year. $10,000 today becomes $9,400 in purchasing power next year, then less the year after. Your money dies while you sleep. Rich men do not work for money. Their money works for them. You must deploy capital like troops. Put it to work. I am not telling you which stocks to purchase. I am giving you the principles. Every dollar sitting idle is a laborer you pay to do nothing. That is pure loss. Invest in real estate. Invest in precious metals. Invest in quality equities. Invest in yourself by acquiring skills that multiply your value. Think like a farmer. Does he store all seeds in a bag, protecting them from soil? No, if he hoards seeds, they rot. He throws them into dirt, takes risk, waters them, feeds them, because he knows one seed must die in ground before becoming a plant, that returns 1,000 seeds. Do the same with wealth. Take calculated risks, not gambling, investment. Let your money sweat so you can rest. Warren Buffett understands this perfectly. Every dollar he controls is deployed in assets generating compounding returns. He reads 500 pages daily, never announces his next moves. Silence protects strategy while his money fights battles he never needs to attend. The third weapon is escaping the digital cage. This is the harshest truth of modern age. Exit the circus of digital world. Machiavelli said the masses love circuses. Kings kept populations distracted with games so they would never question real issues. Today that circus lives in your pocket, your smartphone. You wake and immediately check what? Other people's lives, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook updates, watching someone vacation in Maldives, someone buying new cars. This is illusion. This is Matrix. People broadcasting every moment on social media are turning you into product. They earn money from your attention. And what are you doing? Giving them your most valuable treasure, time and focus, for free. Real players do not participate in the game, they control it. Ever seen the wealthiest people spending days making reels? No, because they understand if they become consumers, they cannot remain creators. You must build an information vacuum. Disappear. When you stop posting, people speculate about you. According to Machiavelli, when people are confused about your position, you are most protected. Reclaim privacy. Stop tagging location everywhere. Stop photographing every meal. World does not need proof you are happy. If truly happy, you need no validation. Vanish for 6 months. Go underground. When you return, do not come back to make noise. Come back to shock the world with results. The fourth weapon is building multiple fortresses of income. Ancient kings never relied on one fortress. They built backup systems. If enemy captured one stronghold, the king retreated through secret tunnels to another castle, continued war from there. Today, your job or single small business is that one fortress. Day recession arrives or artificial intelligence consumes your position or market collapses, your fortress crumbles. You end up on the street. Brutal, but true. Machiavellian thinking demands you eliminate dependencies. If entire existence rests on one date each month when salary deposits, you are not free. You are enslaved, slave to your boss, slave to system. You must construct rivers of income. Imagine a table. One leg makes it unstable. One push and everything crashes. But 4 legs and you can stand on it and dance. It will not fall. Build at least 3 or 4 legs for your income. Work day job. Start freelance work evenings. Learn a skill weekends you can sell. Generate dividend income from stock markets. Earn rental income from property. Beginning feels overwhelming. Maybe second income stream brings only $500. But that $500 is first breath of freedom. That money came from your effort, not your boss's permission. One stream can dry up, but when multiple streams merge into river, that river never runs dry. The Medici family of Florence understood this 5 centuries ago. They did not rely solely on banking, controlled wool trade, funded wars, installed popes, diversified power across so many channels that even when one revenue source weakened, 10 others held them upright. Expand your empire so wide that if one road closes, 10 roads remain open. The fifth weapon is the shield of law. Armor your empire with legal protection. Many people build businesses, earn money, but fear paperwork. They think, why bother with accountants and attorneys? This becomes their greatest mistakes. Machiavelli said a wise king builds walls before he builds palaces. When money begins flowing toward you, the world tries to take it. Legal notices arrive. Partners betray. Relatives claim ownership. If all assets sit in your personal name, you are in tremendous danger. What do wealthy do? They own nothing personally. The Rockefeller fortune was never held in John D. Rockefeller's name. Everything existed in trusts. Everything operated through corporations. Understand this structure. If you run a business, convert it into private limited company or limited liability partnerships. If business fails, banks cannot auction your home. Personal assets and business assets must remain separated. This is compartmentalization. Ships are built with separate chambers, so if one fills with water, entire vessel does not sink. Divide your life into separate compartments the same way. Quietly strengthen legal architectures. Money spent on excellent lawyers and accountants is not expense. It is insurance, the wall that protects your kingdoms. The sixth weapon is strategic patience. Master the art of waiting. Most men move too fast. They see opportunity and lunge. They feel emotion and react. They want results and demand them now. This is how prey behaves, not predators. Machiavelli observed that the prince who acts with patience wins wars, that the impulsive prince loses before they begin. Study how the spider operates. It does not chase flies, it builds a web, then waits, perfectly still, perfectly silent. When the moment arrives, it strikes with precision that leaves no chance for escape. Your wealth will not come from frantic activity. It will come from calculated stillness followed by explosive action. The Rothschild family built their banking dynasty through patience. When Napoleon waged war across Europe, other investors panicked, sold everything, ran. The Rothschilds waited, gathered information, positioned themselves. When the Battle of Waterloo ended, they already knew the outcome before anyone else. They bought assets at the lowest prices, then watched those assets multiply 100-fold. That single act of patience created generational wealth that still exists today. You must learn to sit in discomfort, to watch opportunities pass because the timing is wrong, to hold your position when everyone screams at you to move. Impatience is poverty. Patience is the invisible wealth that compounds silently until it becomes undeniable. Wait for your moment. When it arrives, strike without hesitation. Until then, remain perfectly still. The seventh weapon is your council of shadows. Choose people around you with surgical precision. You heard this 1,000 times. You are average of 5 people you spend most time with. But Machiavelli takes this further. He says a king surrounded by flatterers will watch his kingdom collapse. Examine your circle closely. Do friends genuinely celebrate your victories? Or do they say you have changed? You think you are better than us now? Do they encourage you to rise, or drag you back into cheap distractions? Famous principle called crabs in a bucket. Place many crabs in a bucket. One tries climbing out. Others do not push it upward. They grab its legs and pull it back down. Society is filled with crab people. They do not want you surpassing them because your success reminds them of their failure. Cut these people from your life ruthlessly. Sounds harsh, but necessary. You need companions who understand your silence, who protect your vision. If you want to become a lion, you cannot run with sheep. Form a small council, perhaps only 2 people, but those 2 must tell you truth to your face and praise you behind your back. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius kept tight circle of advisors, no yes men, philosophers and generals who challenged his thinking, sharpened his strategies. That is why his reign became legendary. Gathering sheep does not create strength. Selecting right wolves does. The 8th weapon is becoming king of your own minds. Conquer yourself before you conquer the world. Machiavelli wrote that a man who cannot control his emotions can never control others. Earning money is simple, keeping it is difficult, and keeping it requires self-discipline, self-control. When money arrives, your mind begins racing. You feel urged to buy everything. This is the exact moment 90% of people lose. They spend on displays that break their backs, invest in stock market when everyone is buying, panic sell when everyone is afraid. Why does this happen? Zero control over emotions. You must become stone. Markets rise or crash. Your mind stays calm. People criticize or praise. Your expression does not change. Emotional intelligence matters more than IQ. When anger rises, stay silent. When greed tempts you, pause. When fear grips you, step forward. Train your mind daily. Read books, meditate, speak to yourselves. The day you conquer your own mind, no force on earth can prevent you from building wealth. Money is just a number. Real battle happens in the skull. Jeff Bezos faced mockery when he started Amazon. People called him insane for selling books online. He stayed calm, ignored noise. executed vision while critics shouted. Today Amazon is worth over $1 trillion. That is what mental sovereignty creates. The ninth and final weapon is the legacy of whispers. Build a legacy that does not scream but echoes. Modern wealth often comes with loud announcements. New money loves noise. Rappers and influencers shout about riches. But old money never makes sound. Their power lives in silence. Construct a system that continues running after you are gone. Machiavelli said a good king builds systems so strong that kingdom survives his absence. Think long term. Not just next month's bills, the next generation. Are you building business your children can inherit? Purchasing assets that protect you in old age? Do not rush. Rome was not built in a day. No great empire rises in a year. Take small steps. Lay one brick every day, but never stop. Celebrate victories privately. Do not give world a chance to applaud. Applause fades in seconds. Respect and influence earned through silence last centuries. The Rothschild family built banking dynasties spanning Europe, did not advertise wealth, operated behind closed doors, financed kings and wars without common people knowing their names. That is ultimate power, invisible architecture. Your name does not need billboards. Your face does not need magazine covers. Let work speak. Let results create reputation. Napoleon Bonaparte said never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Apply that to yourself. Never interrupt your own progress by seeking external validation. Build in silence. Let success make the noise. I know everything I told you is difficult. Society teaches exact opposite. It teaches us to shout, display, perform. But if you do what everyone does, you get what everyone gets. Mediocre, struggling existence. If you want what only 1% possess, you must do what only 1% practice. Learn to stay quiet. Work in shadows. Let success grow so massive it tells its own story without your mouth moving. This path will cost you. People will say you changed. Friends will fall away. Family might question you. Let them. Their confusion is proof of your evolutions. The lion does not concern itself with opinions of sheep. The king does not explain himself to peasants. Sovereign men move different. You now hold 9 weapons, 9 laws, 9 principles separating powerful from powerless, the art of invisible accumulation, money that sweats, freedom from digital chains, multiple income rivers, legal fortresses, the weapon of strategic patience, a council of shadows, mastery over your own mind, a legacy built in whispers. Most people will watch this and do nothing, nod along, return to noise, performance, slavery. But you are not most people. If you were, you would have clicked away 10 minutes ago. So here is your choice. Will you remain a pawn shouting on a chessboard? Or will you become the silent hand that moves the pieces? I will not beg you to subscribe, will not ask you to like this content. If you understood the message, you already know what action to take. Dependent people need instructions. Sovereign people move on instinct. If this hit you somewhere deep, comment the word CNCE below. Let me see who is awake. Let me see who is ready to vanish and build. I will read every single one. Until next transmission, stay cold, stay calculated. Keep building your empire in the shadows, where empires are actually built. The world belongs to those who master the whisper.